Okay, so good morning once again, those who have joined us late. So today we are going to take a new chapter from our civics part, chapter number third, how the state government works. So the learning objectives in this chapters will be to understand the meaning of the term government, to learn about the purpose and need of a government in a democratic country like India, to understand the composition of the Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Parishad, to understand the concept of elections, and to appreciate the purpose of strikes and mass protests. Okay, so the first question which arises is what is government? So the very first question is what is government? So a government, by definition, we will know the government. And government is a body or a set of people who have the power to make and enforce laws within an organization, group, or a country through customs, institutions, and laws. Government is the only institution in a country which can make laws and enforce them legally. So, government is any organization which have the legal power to make laws and enforce them on the people. Now, every organization or institute may also have a government, which is also known as the administrative unit of that organization. For example, in our school, let's take the example of our school. So, in our school, we also have a government like which is formed by the management, and then we have staff. Okay, staff is working for them. Okay, they are making management making rules for the staff how to work and how the education to be provided to the students. So every institute or organization can have its own government, but above all, the single government is the government which is made by the people in a democratic country like India, and which is bound to work according to the rules and regulations mentioned in the constitution. Okay, so from here you come to know that what is a government and why it can make laws. So it has the authority to make laws which is being provided by the constitution. So all the governments in the world have three organs. Okay, whether it's any type of government. So it has three organs. First is legislative organ. Second is the executive organ, and third is the judicial organ. So all the rules or laws which are made in a country that are made by the legislative organ. So it is known as legislature. So its work is to make or make laws and to frame public policies. Public policies, policies for the people. We also call it government policies because legislative and executive together forms the government. Judicial organ is also an organ of the government, but its role is totally different from the other above two organs. Now, what is executive? So, executive is a organ of the government which actually execute the laws. It implements the laws in the country or the state for which it is working. Okay. Now, judicial organ, power to interpret laws to determine their meaning and to settle disputes that arise and the disputes that arise within a society. So judicial organ interprets the laws. Okay, it defines the laws that what the laws is saying, and then it settles the disputes between different parties. It may be a dispute between two individuals, maybe a dispute between an individual and group of individuals, between two communities, between government official and an individual, between government and individuals, between two state governments, between a state government and central government, between central government and various state governments. So all such types of disputes are settled by the judiciary, and the Supreme Court is the final authority to decide any dispute. Okay. So now legislature, what is legislature? For example, you know that, let's take an example that in there are 545 members in the parliament, in the Lok Sabha. Okay. After every 5 years, the elections takes place. Okay, elections take place after every 5 years. Now various parties put their candidates for contesting elections. For example, any party A get the, for example, it may get the 300 seats. That means about 300 of its members are victorious. They won the elections. Other parties, let's assume they all form team B. So how many they got? They got 245 seats. Now who got the highest number? A. Now for making a government in India, you need to have more than half, even if it's only one. So 500, half of 500 is 250, half of 40 is 20, and half of, let's see, 44 is 22. So two, how many seats will be won by a candidate? So 272, more than 272. So any candidate, any party which gets 273 seats, it means their 273 members won the elections. It will form the government. So in the case we are discussing, which party will form the government? Party A. Okay. So all these members will be known as legislature. The members which form the government, they will be known as executive, or the political executive. There is also a permanent executive, because political executive can change after 5 years, but permanent executive will not change. Okay. So in this example, so from this example, you can see that legislative means all the members in the legislature, and executive means the members who forms the government. That means who won the elections, the winning party. Okay. Judiciary, you know, judiciary is only connected with justice, providing justice to the people, interpreting the laws, and to determine the meaning of the laws, settle disputes within various parties.